Zilong really couldn't stand the face of Yang Kai, a villain who was too ambitious, so he closed his eyes decisively and did not watch the scenes that disturbed his mind from 100 meters away. But Yang Kai didn't mean to stop there. His voice still continued to be heard in Zilong's ears. Hey, why is this comprehension principle flower not as big as the first one? The petals are a bit too shabby and seems malnourished. It looks like the medicine is not very effective. Well, I will just put it away, it's better than nothing. Zilong's body shook slightly, and his Saint Yuan almost burst away. On the other side, Su Wei's forehead was also covered with blue veins, obviously irritated by Yang Kai. But instead of closing his eyes like Zilong, he stared at Yang Kai's movements, praying that Yang Kai could leave some soup for him to drink after eating a large piece of meat. But after looking at it for a while, he found that something was wrong. This kid was too vicious. When he collected the comprehension principle flowers, he pulled out the roots together, leaving nothing behind. Su Wei sighed deeply in his heart, knowing that these 5 comprehension principle flowers, he won't get to have a share of it. He took a hard breath, following Zilong's appearance, and closed his eyes. Wow! Yang Kai shouted, as if he had discovered a new world. His voice was full of surprise and excitement. Su Wei, who had just closed his eyes, opened his eyelids incessantly, staring wide-eyed and looked towards Yang Kai, wanting to see what was going on with him. Even Zilong couldn't help but squinted his eyes and looked forward. He don't know what is happening on Yang Kai's side. He just smiled, and put the 3rd comprehension principle flower in the jade box, while continuing to mutter to himself, it's dangerous. I took the wrong box and almost wasted the effect of the medicine. Su Wei opened his mouth, as if to say something. But in the end he still didn't say it. With a cold expression he cast his eyes aside. Next, the 4th flower, the 5th flower. Yang Kai is like a soil bun from the countryside who has never seen the world before. Every time he collects, he shouts and criticizes the comprehension principle flower, with a long list of words. As he spoke, Su Wei and Zilong's moods were up and down. Those words are like a stick, constantly poking their hearts, not to mention how uncomfortable it is. When Yang Kai had collected and preserved all the 5 comprehension principle flowers, Su Wei and Zilong couldn't help but breathe out gently. Inexplicably gave birth to a feeling of liberation. At this moment, it seems that the world has become a lot brighter. Good harvest. Yang Kai patted his space ring, smiling. Su Wei gave a surly smile, you can take these things away. Although he knew that Yang Kai was proficient in the Space Force, he could even teleport hundreds of meters away, but Yang Kai was only a Void Return stage martial artist after all. He and Zilong were both in the Void King realm, and there was a huge difference in strength. He would not let Yang Kai leave easily, and he believed that Zilong would definitely not. When the 7 bright treasure light dissipated, it was when he and Zilong will make a move on Yang Kai. Only at that time can the comprehension principle flowers be truly determined to whom it belong. Right now this kid is just taking care of it, not really owning it. Can I take it away? Just wait and see. Yang Kai replied lightly, not at all worried about the coming crisis. Immediately, he put his hand on his head and made a gesture of looking far away. He looked around, fixed his eyes in a certain direction, and said loudly, hey, these few asking heart orchid are also good. Can't let it go. In this area, there are so many space cracks, but there is more genius treasures that is comparable to comprehension principle flower. When the 3 parties were deadlocked before, everyone had already discovered this. In addition to the comprehension principle flower, there are also a few asking heart orchid and heavenly baby grass. Asking heart orchid can be used to hone the martial artist's state of mind, it is rare. Heavenly baby grass is a main spirit medicine for refining the Void King pill. The Void King pill can increase the chance of success when the Void Return stage is promoting to the Void King realm. The spirit pill is also equally valuable. It's just that among these 3 geniuses' treasures, the comprehension principle flower is undoubtedly the most valuable, so before this, everyone's attention was all on the comprehension principle flower, and they didn't pay much attention to the existence of asking heart orchid and heavenly baby grass. But now that comprehension principle flower has entered Yang Kai's bag, he will naturally shift his target. Fortunately, the few aching heart orchid, like the comprehension principle flowers, grew behind a certain space crack, and were not covered by the 7 bright treasure light. Instead, only the heavenly baby grass, which was now covered by the 7 bright treasure light. So when Yang Kai said that, Su Wei couldn't help but chuckle. It's over, now Asking Heart Orchid can't escape this kid's evil hands. Su Wei's face went dark. The fact is also true. After Yang Kai finished speaking, he urged the Space Force and went directly to the place where several Asking Heart Orchids grew. Just like when he went to the Comprehension Principle flower, he broke through the barrier of space and moved several dozens of feet in an instant. Zilong kept staring at Yang Kai, seeming to want to catch some clues from his movements, but he soon found helplessly that the Space Force was too mysterious, and he couldn't see how Yang Kai moved. He only felt a strange wave enveloping Yang Kai, and immediately he disappeared. When he reappeared, the person had already arrived at different place. His Space Force is so profound? Zilong frowned deeply, feeling weak in his heart. However, he became more determined that he wanted to kill Yang Kai, not to mention that if this kid was alive, his son Zai Dong would have a demon in his heart. He and Yang Kai also have dispute. If the young man really grows up, and getting promoted to the Void King realm, it will also do great harm to Violet Star. How terrifying is a Void King realm who is proficient in Space Force? Zilong couldn't imagine it. This danger must be nipped in the bud. Hi everybody. While Zilong was thinking, Yang Kai greeted him and Zai Dong with a smile. Asking Heart Orchid is only 40 feet away from where they are, so Yang Kai is relatively close to them at this moment. Boy, you will be rampant, and this young master will definitely make you look good later. Zai Dong glared at Yang Kai, gritted his teeth and growled. After being humiliated by Yang Kai so many times, he doesn't seem to have a memory at all, only knowing that he keeps talking cruelly, showing his weakness. Haha. After Yang Kai returned with a deep laugh, he ignored Zidong's words, but squatted down and carefully collected the few Asking Heart Orchid. What caused Zilong and Su Wei secretly exhale at the same time was that Yang Kai didn't bluff anymore this time, and remained silent during the entire collection process. It seems that with the passage of time, this kid has gradually felt uneasy. The two secretly guessed. After a short while, several Asking Heart Orchids were also properly preserved by Yang Kai and stored in the space ring. Haha, boy, are you okay with letting go of that heavenly baby grass? Su Wei stood in the distance and laughed. He was irritated by Yang Kai just now. Now he has finally found a way to taunt Yang Kai. Not letting go of this opportunity, he looked at Yang Kai triumphantly, and said sarcastically, "You kid, aren't you very capable? If you have the ability, you can also pluck the heavenly baby grass and show it to the old man." Whether it is the comprehension principle flower of Asking Heart Orchid, the growth position is excellent, and it has not been covered by the 7 bright treasure light. So Yang Kai can easily collect it with his Space Force secret technique. But heavenly baby grass is different. It is now completely shrouded by the 7 bright treasure light. Even if Yang Kai has great abilities, he shouldn't even want to collect this spirit grass. Su Wei's provocation is obviously disgusting to Yang Kai, wanting to use his own way to treat his body. Zilong smiled faintly, and echoed from the side, "Why should Elder Su embarrass him? How can he do such a thing? If he can do it, this young master will immediately extinguish his meridians." Zai Dong is even more arrogant. Hearing what he said, Zilong couldn't help frowning, and secretly felt that his stupid son was a little carried away. It was okay to ridicule and provoke Yang Kai. It's okay to sneer and provoke Yang Kai. It's nothing to blame, but it's a bit too insignificant to say something like extinguish the meridians. How can such words be said casually? But, Zilong didn't reprimand him, because in his opinion, it was indeed impossible for Yang Kai to collect heavenly baby grass. These 3 guys say something to him, as if they were all eager to watch Yang Kai making fool of himself. Yang Kai stood on the spot, looked at Su Wei, then at Zilong and his son, and chuckled lightly, "It looks like, you don't remember the pain you received before? It seems that I am too soft-hearted." When collecting the Asking Heart Orchid just now, Yang Kai didn't stimulate them anymore, mainly because he didn't think it was interesting. Some things were unnecessary. After doing too much, he felt boring, but he didn't expect them to provoke him now. In that case, wait for the price to be paid, Yang Kai snorted coldly in his heart. Boy, don't say something useless, you can't pick the heavenly baby grass anyway. If there is a way, you can take everything here, don't leave anything to the old man. Su Wei shouted. What if I can take it away? Yang Kai looked at him coldly. Su Wei was startled, and laughed loudly, keep talking. You will show it to the old man. Yang Kai curled his lips and shook his head and said, Old thing, you want this young master to go there and collect heavenly baby grass. It's not okay if you don't pay a price. I have to take risk to go into the 7 bright treasure light. Su Wei's eyes widened and shouted, if you really can take it away, the old man will call you grandpa. Yang Kai was startled. He never expected Su Wei to do this to such a degree in order to provoke him. It seemed that the old man had a lot of hatred for him, and wished he would rush into the 7 bright treasure light to find his own death. After sniffing, Yang Kai smiled and looked at Su Wei, you said this. What did the old man say? Su Wei stubbornly stiffened his neck. To be continued.